This David Lynch, he really knows how to take his sweet time.
It's testing us. Hello, welcome to Guide to the Unknown. I'm Kristen.
And I'm her little brother, William.
This is the water, and this is the well.
Drink full and descend.
The horse is the white of the eyes and dark within.
Got all that?
That is from this show, Twin Peaks: The Return. We are talking about the first 8 episodes of the 3rd season of Twin Peaks, which aired 25 years after the first 2. How wild is that?
And famously, Laura Palmer had said to Dale Cooper, I'll see you again in 25 years. And then there they were. It did happen.
Blew my mind when this happened. Oh my God, this was so incredibly huge.
This is a pretty historic, special series.
Yeah.
And this is part of the reason. I mean, we've talked about Twin Peaks already a lot on the show.
Yep.
In fact, for folks out there who are of a mind to go back and listen to our season 1, season 2, and Fire Walk With Me conversations, you can get all of that at scaryfun.fun/Twin Peaks. We talked about Twin Peaks last time in episode 406, if you prefer the number, and I'm sure I'll have a link in the show notes. But season 3 is such an odd thing. It came out in 2017. So it's been 8 years since this show came back. And, why don't we start the way that we often do? What's your history with season 3 of Twin Peaks? We're going to start spoiler free, by the way.
Yes. So you'll be safe here if you haven't seen it before. So my history was I was beside myself with excitement when they announced that it was coming back. Mark Frost and David Lynch simultaneously tweeted that Gum You Like is coming back in style. Yeah. #DamnGoodCoffee. And it was like, what?
Yeah.
What? In like 2014, they tweeted that. And then there was like stuff on an official Twin Peaks YouTube channel that was just like super cryptic and enticing. And I was just like, I couldn't believe it as a Twin Peaks fan. So excited. It comes out. We're watching it together week to week. Oh no.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yes.
Ouch, ouch. I'm not enjoying this. There are good points, highs, lots of lows for me.
More highs or more lows?
More lows. Yeah. Significantly more lows. I wish that I could, as is so often the case on this show, I wish I could be cooler and more evolved and whatever and get it.
Why should you be? You
I don't know. Exactly. I always end up being me anyway, but I wish I liked it more.
And that still is your present day feeling?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There are still like a lot of really cool things about it, a lot of things to like. But I think I said on the show, like, I'm kind of like dreading is too strong a word, but like not super looking forward to hitting season 3 because I have a feeling it's going to be rough stuff. And I have found that experience to be true watching this first 8 episodes. So anyway, that's my spoiler free, history and present experience.
Yeah. My feelings are similar. I was not as a Twin Peaks fan for as long as you or many people out there. I struggled with Twin Peaks. I'm sure I've said this in the previous shows. I always wanted to like Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
And it was hard for me to get into. And then someday it clicked. And thankfully, the time that it clicked and I started to really like understand Twin Peaks or see what people were seeing in it or find my own things that I loved in it, I feel like there was only a handful of years that I had to wait for season 3. So the 25-year wait that many people had to endure and wonder about, for me, was a handful of years. I got to have the accelerated feeling.
Yeah.
Having said that, listen, season 3 of Twin Peaks is very different from seasons 1 and 2. But, and I think this is part of the point, how could it not be?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And on some level, I think it is deliberately trying to distance itself from the feelings of Twin Peaks season 1 and 2.
Yes.
Which I think is David Lynch trying to teach us all a lesson.
Yeah. I do think that it is a little bit of an indictment of nostalgia culture. And
Yes.
like, I know what you want. I'm not going to give it to you.
I'm going to withhold it.
Yeah.
And I sensed, I remember being very proud of myself and then very annoyed at myself and very annoying. But I sensed this coming.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to happen. I'm sure I've said this a million times too. The season 2, every show often shows will have some major cliffhanger at the end of a season. You're waiting for the next season to resolve it. Season 2 opens with withholding.
Yes.
I am not going to resolve that cliffhanger. I'm going to make you wait. And he made us wait like 10, 15 minutes. But they were an excruciating 10 or 15 minutes that I personally love.
Yeah.
I love the withholding.
Yeah, that is fine with me.
And then I said before season 3 came out, I was like, well, now there's another cliffhanger at the end of season 2, and it's been 25 years. So take that several months of waiting and then 10 minutes of withholding the answer in the show and multiply that by 25. 25 years now it's been. He's going to withhold even longer.
Yeah.
It's going to be even more of that, it was, an old man waiter giving you the thumbs up for 10 minutes at the top of season 2 before they get into anything. I was like, we're going to have essentially that for like maybe a whole episode. Ooh.
A whole episode.
It's almost,
if only.
It's almost the whole season.
Yeah.
And on some level, I have what I would call an appreciation for David Lynch's intent.
Yeah, yes.
And absolute frustration with the experience of being the audience for it.
I feel the same. Like at a remove, if this wasn't a show that I watched and cared about,
right,
and it was a totally different property, somebody just told me about this whole thing, I'd be like, that's wild. Okay. Like, you know what? Do your thing as a creator, whatever. Like, that's kind of nuts. I can respect that. But as something that I want to watch and experience, it's like, God damn it.
I know. Get to it.
Yeah.
I just always have Super Dave Osborne in my head. Get to it. About everything. And
totally.
Yelling at David Lynch. Get to it.
Yeah. Can we please get moving?
I'm getting to it. This is the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's great. That's great.
Congratulations.
If that's something that people enjoy, fabulous for them.
Good job, David.
I find it really frustrating and annoying. Right. And I bet that's part of the point, but I don't want to experience that. I'm watching this for entertainment. I don't feel like being taught. I get taught lessons in my goddamn life all the time. I don't really want that from the TV
Who's
shows that I'm watching.
Lessons?
Life itself.
Oh, wow.
Are we not
that's deep.
sitting at the feet of the teacher of life?
Who's the teacher of life?
Life itself.
Life itself is the teacher of life.
Yeah, we're always getting.
I can't tell if this is deep or shallow. Much like Twin Peaks season 3.
Are we not always having to learn and grow in different ways? Oh my God.
Ultimately, I think,
my God.
Actually, quite frankly, I think that this show is ultimately more shallow than it portrays itself to be. I think that there is a fairly simple story at play.
Yes.
That he is just dragging out to take longer and longer while he pokes you in the eye with a stick.
Yeah, totally. And things don't necessarily need to be deep to be meaningful. But yeah, I do think that there's a tendency to want to make this season in particular like super, super deep
and important.
And exactly, it's important. People freak out online if somebody says they don't like episode 8. People on Reddit jump if anybody in a comment says like, I don't really like this one, like angry Redditors will jump up their ass. They're like, oh, you don't get it. This is
it's
like,
art.
Chill the hell out.
Yeah, it's art. You don't have to like everything.
Yeah,
the Mona Lisa's fine. Like, can everyone just relax?
Yeah, exactly. Like people are allowed to like or not like things, whether you think it's deep or not or whatever. It is at the end of the day a television show, and it's great if genuinely. It's genuinely great if it means something to you, but it's also cool if it doesn't mean the same thing to somebody else.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
And yeah, I think that people really, really pathologize David Lynch's work, and definitely season 3 of Twin Peaks.
Yes, I certainly agree with that. I think ultimately I feel like David Lynch is a human being and made good stuff.
Yeah.
Made bad stuff.
Yeah.
Not everything has meaning. Sometimes I'm certain He just did something because it felt good in the moment.
Yes.
And that does not, and he's said as much as well.
Yeah, totally.
He's actually been pretty forthcoming with saying, like, I leaned on a car and it felt hot, and so I made the red room. Like, okay, like, is that deep or is that shallow? Is that just, I had an idea and I did it?
Right. And honestly, like, there is something cool and kind of meaningful about, and deep maybe, about just going with the flow.
Absolutely.
Deciding that, like, oh, this thing is cool to me. And so rather than overthinking it, I'm just going to let myself go with that. Like, that's kind of a beautiful way to live.
Absolutely.
But again, I just don't always love watching that.
Certainly not.
So I found an old interview with Entertainment Weekly that David Lynch did. And there was a quote about the way that he put the show together that I thought that I would read here because it's just kind of, I don't know, it's kind of telling. Ideas just come, you think about them and you figure out their meaning. Then how they fit into their whole is another thing completely. It's not finished until it's finished, and you don't really know until further down the road how one thing relates to another. It's just like a magical thing. I also always say the whole thing exists in another room as a complete puzzle. All the parts are together, and someone from that other room is sort of a rascal and randomly flips parts over into this room. And then you have to put the puzzle together, but one is from the end of the story, one is from the middle, and a couple from the beginning, and you won't know until it's more formed what it could be.
Yeah. No, quite frankly, I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
It's all a mess of thoughts and ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact is, if you're chasing your own, if you're inventing your own worlds and your own stories, you don't necessarily know what it is within you.
Right.
Why did this idea come to the forefront?
Totally.
Is this deeper? Is this shallow?
And I think also it's speaking to something in him that is fine with things not being cohesive.
Yes.
Puzzle pieces might get flipped over. They might get flipped into another room. It's just like, whoop.
Yep. Okay. Whatever.
Yeah.
No, I totally agree.
But it doesn't make for me for the particularly satisfying viewing experience.
Okay.
Although
right.
I get it.
Well, then I'm going to ask you, of these first 8 episodes, would you say you recommend people to watch this show?
Jeez. I honestly forgot we were even going to talk about. This is such a weird one.
Mm-hmm.
God. I mean, if you already watch Twin Peaks, then I would say yes, you should watch it. But you know, like anything, I guess if you're not, I guess I would. Yeah, I guess I would, but it's a tough watch. I'm not gonna say it's easy peasy.
Yeah.
I mean, I had such a weird experience with it, like, which I guess is art itself, is it not? So I was watching it. I was getting so sick of it.
Do you have a Blu-ray player or a DVD player?
Are you mocking me?
Well, because I saw the little thing that you were going to put your Blu-ray discs in.
I know.
It didn't look right.
I know. I don't know the answer. You asked me this the other day, and I was like,
did it work? Did the discs work in that thing?
yeah, I've been watching it on those the whole time.
That must be a Blu-ray.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, right. Yeah. That's what I've been using for Twin Peaks the whole time. Anyway. Oh, so my weird experience is that I'd be watching it. I'm like, this is a pain in my ass. I'm getting annoyed. This is like boring. I'm having the hardest time focusing on this ever. Like, oh God, I'm using my phone to take notes and I'm so tempted and sometimes going on to Instagram, other places and going, I gotta stay in here or whatever. Rough stuff.
And isn't that funny that he, at one point, and I understand he went back on this, but it's a very famous quote of his where he's like watching, a movie on your phone or whatever. What a sadness. And okay, well, you watched it on TV, on a Blu-ray. You watched it in the optimal format presently available.
Yeah.
And it was driving you to your phone.
Yeah.
Right?
Part of it was that I'm already literally having my phone with me.
Of course.
Because I'm taking notes or whatever, but I just feel like, oh my God. Obviously, famously, sweeping peanuts for 10 minutes or whatever. Or just Dougie stumbling around forever or whatever. I'm just like, I'm so bored, quite frankly.
Yeah, this isn't a story.
No.
Notably, we haven't even said like any ounce of what this is about.
Yeah.
Arguably, on its face, it's about Dale Cooper coming back from the Red Room after 25 years being trapped in it. Is that the story that we experienced at all in these first 8 episodes?
No.
I would say a big fat no.
No. Yeah. He kind of comes back, but he comes back changed, let's say.
Sure.
So anyway, so what I'm getting at is that I found it such a slog mostly. And then there'd just be these bright pops where it's like, ooh, like cool things happen, obviously. And then when I reached the end and I watched episode 8 and I was like, okay, I'll be taking a break here. We're going to pick it back up, later, obviously. I was like, oh, I'm going to miss watching this. Like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I do recommend it ultimately, but it's tough. It's a tough watch.
It's a tough watch.
It's partially Stockholm syndrome. I've become accustomed to its face. I got used to spending so much time in it, even though there's so much that I didn't like about it. But it does also have a lot of goodness to it. But volume wise, I do think there is more that I don't enjoy.
Yes.
It's a weird thing.
Infamously, Mark Frost and David Lynch wrote what would have been the equivalent of a 9-episode script, which they viewed all as one story, one movie.
Right.
And it would just get chopped into parts or episodes for Showtime. And then David Lynch decided to stretch that 9-episode script into 18 episodes of filmed material.
Right.
So everything takes, presumably, twice as long as it should.
Yeah.
And it already takes too long.
Yes. What about you?
I handily recommend
Okay.
this show with all the complaints that I've already issued. Like, I think that this is a mess. I think it's fantastic. I really love the at this point, this is my third time watching it. I have become so sort of accustomed to the pace that personally I knew how I'd be feeling, and I've just sort of started to embrace that feeling of being annoyed.
Yeah.
It's not to say I'm not annoyed. It's just I go like, right, this is how this show makes me feel.
Right.
But I think it's like beautiful looking. I love some of those slow shots in dead air almost just put you in this mindset where you're like, it feels like I'm sitting in the room. Like when I'm watching Dr. Jacoby take a shipment of shovels.
Yeah.
And it takes, 7 minutes to watch this old man accept a UPS shipment.
Yes.
But you're sitting there and the camera is like behind some of these amazing like Pacific Northwest trees. And like, I'm like, I could just sit here. Sure.
Yes.
I'll be the voyeur sitting here watching an old man get an Amazon shipment or whatever. Like, okay.
There are some things like that. I feel like that with like that specifically, I'm totally fine.
What are some of the things that you're like?
Certainly Dougie stuff. I'm sorry. I know that
Dougie is a waste of
I can't stand Dougie.
time.
I'm sorry.
All right. We gotta listen.
And there's a lot.
I know we've got to get into spoilers because this show is impossible to talk about while holding back. So we both recommend it.
Yes.
Shockingly. Or almost shockingly. I don't know. And here we go.
All right.
Although, of course.
Number 1, we got to do commercials. So let's do those and then we'll come back.
Get that out of the way. Here we go.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
We're back.
Would you please?
I'll do the honors. 3, 2, 1. She's an old woman.
Who?
Old woman here.
Grace Zabriskie.
Yeah, Grace Zabriskie. We've only seen her briefly in these first 8.
I know.
Fabulous. We'll have more with her later.
Oh, I love Grace Zabriskie.
Me too.
She's Sarah Palmer these days is just chain smoking in her house, watching footage of lions devour a water buffalo or whatever.
Yeah. Tough
stuff.
Yeah.
Rough stuff, tough stuff.
Yeah.
She's fantastic.
So another thing about this is that they're taking advantage of being on Showtime and being able to show rough stuff, tough stuff.
Yes.
Like that. You know what I mean? Like we wouldn't be able to have that on ABC.
Yeah, the funny thing is like that this is arguably a completely unrestrained story, right? It's not limited by
censors and stuff.
Yeah, right. Standards of practice for ABC anymore or whatever.
Yep.
But I was wondering this, and I did not look into it at all. 2017, we were handily in the streaming age, but this was there are things that happen in the show where I'm like, is this a limitation of David Lynch because he wants this to be longer, or is this like this episode needs to be longer to fit 1 hour?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so there are literally moments where sometimes the footage is just stretched.
Yeah.
And you can tell because the frame rate gets choppy, but it doesn't feel like deliberate art. It feels like, oh, I need to make this reaction take longer. And is it because he's like, I wanted this person to walk into the room and have a longer reaction to what they're seeing? Or is it this episode was too short? What are some shots we can stretch to make sure that they fit the broadcast standard of Showtime?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Because this is not unrestrained entirely.
Yeah,
Like,
right. There are some things.
There
that
are
have
limitations of this medium at this point still, which I feel like today an episode could be. I'm in love with this notion. Like, I feel like if you're telling a story on TV or whatever, a serialized story, what are the odds that every single story is about 60 minutes long?
Yeah, totally.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Like every story you want to tell is exactly the same length. I feel like some episodes probably should only be like 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
Some episodes should be like an hour and a half long.
I've definitely noticed more that shows like play with that. They'll be like 42 minutes and then an hour and 2 minutes and whatever. Yeah.
But I don't think that this show was the case,
I think you're
but
right.
I think it might have benefited from being part of more of the modern, and you know, I mean,
I think that's probably true.
Everything is the time and the opportunity. So like they had to make the show at that time.
Yeah.
But like, I do still feel like something of it is trying to conform in a show that's very nonconformist.
Yeah, I think I'm sure that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the plot of this is, that Dale Cooper has been in the Red Room for 25 years, and his bad guy has been out there in the real world.
Yeah, his doppelganger dark side.
Yeah. Looking wild.
Is this what you thought would be following that cliffhanger from season 2?
No. I remember I was like, whoa. I was trying to remember like what we thought in real time. I remember a lot of dissatisfaction from us in real time. And I think this was one of the things where I was just like, whoa, look at this.
What we would have known is that Leland Palmer was possessed by the evil spirit Bob.
Yeah.
When he looks in the mirror, he sees Bob. That's how that works.
Yeah.
There's one Leland.
Yeah.
Season 2 perhaps started to upend that with the notion that you go into the Black Lodge or the Red Room, the waiting room, whatever you want to call it, and you're confronted by a doppelganger. I think Hawk said that in season 2. He's like, you'll be confronted by your shadow self. Okay. Shadow selves.
Yeah.
A dark version of Coop wins.
Yeah.
And comes out. And then looks in the mirror and sees Bob.
Right.
Identical to how it was for Leland. Are we to assume from that it would have been Bob inside Cooper taking advantage of his FBI persona as the good guy to do bad guy stuff? Perhaps.
Yeah.
But then
that would be reasonable to guess.
In Fire Walk with Me, Dale Cooper talks to Laura Palmer in a dream, which is impossible. But that gets into this time travel shenanigans now where it's like, how is the FBI agent investigating her death talking to her before her death?
Right.
Oh, I guess time is a little wibbly. And, I guess it's Annie. Annie says this to Laura. She says, I'm in the Black Lodge with the good Cooper.
Yes.
And then we start to get into the notion that, the good Cooper is inside and a bad Cooper. So now we have the two Coopers.
Yeah.
And now 25 years later, now we're saying, yes, those are totally, definitely distinct entities.
Yes.
Good Cooper needs to escape from the Black Lodge, and evil Cooper
is out there super tan with a half pony.
But
shocking.
Is he Bob?
Yeah. Yeah. Seems like
That's Bob?
What do you mean? Like Bob seems like he's in there with them.
In there with him, though. So there are two entities in that body, like Leland and
I think
There's
so.
a Jekyll and Hyde, but it's two Hydes.
Yeah, it's two Hydes.
It's two Hydes.
Yes.
It's Hyde being possessed by a demon, essentially.
I think so.
Because at one point, evil Coop looks in the mirror.
Yeah.
And I love this effect.
You're still with me.
You're still with me.
That's good.
That's good. But like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
What happened to Bob? What about Bob?
I don't know. What about Bob? That's a question we've been asking since the 80s.
It's true. I don't understand what evil Coop is.
I don't quite either.
And that's part of my issue.
Yeah, I mean, so much of this is stuff, and has been, since the original series. There's a lot to not understand and just sort of accept that you're just like, okay, that's a bad guy is what I
Yes.
need to know. That's a bad guy from a supernatural realm.
Sure.
And perhaps we don't probe further.
What's funny to me too, and this is so not important at all, but like if you go back to like look at Bob in seasons 1 and 2, now there was that like famous thing of like Frank Silva was
Yeah.
he was a set decorator,
Right.
who was caught in a mirror,
Yeah.
and so David Lynch worked him in, and he's wearing all denim because that's probably how Frank Silva dressed.
Yeah.
But also, denim used to be the like, oh, you're a badass, right? Like you're wearing your Canadian
yeah.
tuxedo, your
Yeah.
Twin Peaks tuxedo.
Yeah.
So you're in head to toe denim.
Yeah.
It's funny to me that Evil Cooper is in head to toe black leather because that's the modern, oh, you're a badass. But it's not really the
Talk
modern,
about
oh, you're a
evolution.
badass. It's a little outdated, oh, you're a
Yes.
badass.
Oh, yeah.
He looks more like his character from Sprockets.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. I was going to say, they talk about the evolution of the arm. This is like the evolution of Cooper.
I
But
know.
really, it's a little bit backwards.
It's a little bit backwards. It's a
Yeah, it
little
does look like the
outdated to be
character from
wearing all
Sprockets.
leather. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And a snakeskin, like, silk shirt.
Right. Yes. Yes. It's pretty wild.
It's a wild look.
I love his introduction. I love
no, it
that
is good.
nighttime driving scene
Oh,
with
it's
that
great.
slowed down music. I know my worth and who I am.
Yeah, it's excellent.
I don't know what that is.
I don't either, but
I
it's
don't
very
care.
good.
And then he pulls up to some little shit cabin
Yeah.
where there's a boy
shit
with
shack.
a shotgun who's guarding the shit shack.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of mean friends.
Yeah, he's got
Somebody looks like there's a jar of what looks like pickled potatoes or something. I don't know what's there. You know when there's like a jar of pickled eggs, it's just like a bunch of eggs
Yeah.
in liquid. It looks like it's a bunch of fingerling potatoes in liquid.
Interesting.
It can't be. I don't know what it is.
fingerling potatoes look like eggs. Could it be eggs?
No, they're like brown and craggy.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what they are.
Give me a bowl of them brown and cracklers.
They don't look right.
I love all the people in this little house.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And a lot of people have pointed this out, but there's like a very tall person. There's a little person. Is that supposed to be the little man from another world and the giant? Is it basically that Mr. C has here on Earth
Yeah.
pulled together his own sort of
Yeah.
denizens of that other place?
Right. It's a little mirror universe.
And there's Beulah, who I think is wonderful.
Yep.
She looks like she doesn't have a tooth in her head.
Yep.
And I'm
God love
loving
her.
it. Mm-hmm. And that whoever that guy is that's drinking that liquid out of a jar,
Yeah, that one guy.
Otis or something.
He's sitting next to potatoes. The
He's
brown
a-
and cragglies. Yeah.
He said he's sitting next to potatoes as if that's like a person. He's sitting next to potatoes. So he and potatoes go to the zoo.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a whole rogues gallery
He
of
does.
pals in there.
I'd like to see.
Yeah.
I'd like to see what they do.
It seems like they get up to
What's
mischief.
their story? Yeah, yes, I want to see what they do on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
Loving it.
It's a whole thing. And so he's aware that like 25 years is something magical and he's supposed to go back to the Red Room when 25 years is up. And he's like driving when this is going to be happening. Electricity is doing weird things. He starts to see the curtains of the Red Room in front of him. He has to barf something awful and starts holding it in.
Yeah.
Simultaneously, we meet, who I've talked about a couple of times now, we meet Dougie.
Dougie Jones.
Dougie Jones is in an unoccupied house with a sex worker who he's just been with. This introduces another theme of this show that we couldn't explore on ABC, titties.
Oh, yeah.
Many of them. So he's with this sex worker. They're just like hanging out post-coitus. And then she goes to take a shower. And he barfs the barf that Mr. C can't barf. And then he gets blooped into the Red Room. Am I wrong?
You're so correct. I want to hear an entire... When we're all done with Twin Peaks,
Yeah.
I want to hear... I want you to write down what happens across this
That
entire
would be
thing
exhausting.
and perform it
Exhausting.
in this terminology. He barfs the barf that Mr. C can't barf. I want to hear it with that kind of vocabulary through your mouth. What is this?
He simply does.
He does.
He bloops.
Someone's got a barf, evidently.
Yeah, totally. He bloops into the Red Room.
Yeah.
What's his name? Philip Gerard is in there.
The man with one arm.
Yep. He's like, who the hell are you? Also Dougie Jones has the green ring on his finger.
Yes.
With the marking from Owl Cave. And he's like, I feel funny or something. His hand starts shrinking. The ring falls
He goes,
to the floor.
that's weird.
Oh, yeah. And then his head disappears in a puff of smoke. And then, wait, first is it fire? Whatever. There's fire and smoke. Then he just kind of like disappears into a tiny little golden ball.
Yes.
And Philip Gerard picks it up and is like, oh, what is this? And that happens. And because now Dougie Jones has taken Mr. C's place, now Mr. C doesn't have to go to the Red Room. And finally, he can release. Waiting to exhale, he barfs everywhere.
He barfs in his scarf.
Yeah, kind of similar. He's pulled over as I was when I barfed in my scarf years ago after eating salami as a vegetarian drunk one
You
night.
almost got dragged into the Red Room.
Felt like it. He barfs everywhere. It's disgusting. It's garum bosier and black. Oh, and he's home free though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Free as a bird.
Actually, no, because then he gets arrested.
He gets arrested and put in jail. So that's the opposite of being free.
Totally,
but no one really
totally.
contains Mr. C.
No, it's just he's waylaid momentarily. He's just happy he hasn't gone back to the Red Room / Black Lodge.
Yes. Let's everything in this show, I think, even seasons 1 and 2, is a series of subplots.
Yeah, I know.
So I say we just conclude the Mr. C stuff because
yeah, may as well.
he manufactured Dougie so that someone would get pulled back in, not him. It worked.
Right.
And now we've seen, I think pretty definitively, that green ring, it's just like, it joops you to the Red Room.
It's a transporter.
It's basically a transporter. And I wonder, too, if it was like, Laura, don't put on the ring.
Yeah.
It's like, don't commit your soul to this weird afterlife.
Yeah, totally. It was something that we had seen in Fire Walk with Me.
Right. And therefore, Leland can't kill Laura because she won't really die.
Yeah.
She'll go to the Red Room and become more powerful.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my interpretation at present.
I think so.
But so now Coop is like, well, shit. Like they've been saying like it's 25 years, you can go now, but he can't go because
there's still the other Coop is out there. There can only be one out there.
So he's thrown into non-existence.
Yes, because, I said the evolution of the arm before. So that was referring to the man from another place, the famous guy who did his little dance in there.
Little dancing man.
Michael J. Anderson.
Anderson.
Yeah. Okay. He's not in this
He said a bunch of horrible
he sucked
things.
in real life.
Yeah, he accused David Lynch of doing Leland Palmer stuff.
Oh, I didn't even remember that.
He said that the Secret
I
Diary
heard him being like horribly racist and like other stuff. Yeah.
Yes. He said that the Secret Diary of Laura Palmer, the book, which was written by
his daughter.
Yeah, he said that was true.
Oh, well.
And so he said all this crazy shit, and he was not invited back.
Right.
Or he declined, I'm not sure.
Yeah, probably not invited, I would imagine.
Yeah. So they turned him into a CGI tree with a little blob of
bubble
flesh
gum
at the
on top.
What do you think of that?
I mean, it's kind of awesome.
Yeah, I like
it's
it.
so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great.
And it looks like a brain with like, nerves attached to it. Yeah, I'm into that.
Yeah, so, we do see Cooper in the Red Room, like the real Cooper, talking like Cooper and stuff. And so he sees that, what they call the evolution of the arm. And at one point, a lot of the show has to do with doppelgangers. Obviously, as we've said, Dale Cooper has his bad guy doppelganger on the outside. This evolution of the arm even has its own doppelganger within the Black Lodge that at one point it's like yellow, whereas the normal evolution of the arm is kind of pink, and it yells like non-existent.
And then the black and white chevron
ass.
Floor starts to break
total
apart.
Ass.
I love this so much.
Yes.
And then Dale Cooper falls into this like black ocean that's under the floor. And then David Lynch does his like fast
wiggly stuff,
wiggly camera stuff.
Yeah.
And I could not love that more. I love the way that this show looks.
Yes.
I think the good effects are amazing. I think the bad effects are amazing.
Yeah.
I think that this thing it's got the juice.
Oh, yeah.
Something else worth noting before David Lynch is zooped out of the Red Room is that he sees Laura Palmer, who, and this is super important, I think, for this season in particular, the man with one arm going, is it future or is it past?
Yeah.
Again, the notion of like, where are we in time?
Yes.
And I think that this entire show is arguably about revisiting history, rewriting history, even doppelgangers, two versions of you. That is almost the same as just being like two different timeline versions of you confronting each other.
Yeah.
Here's what you'd be like if circumstances were different.
Certainly me barfing in my scarf is a different timeline version of me.
That's
I'm
right.
Totally
That's
different.
that's a doppelganger Chrissy. Well,
Yes.
if you had not made the choices to change your life the way that you did,
Yes.
where would that Chrissy be today? What would she be like? And how would
Not
you
too good.
How would you reconcile who you are today versus that entity existing? They're both you.
Yeah,
And
totally.
I think that this show is kind of like dealing with like the choices that people make.
Yeah.
Dale Cooper through a darker lens with his experiences in the FBI, he can pull off the stuff that Mr. C can. Is that a different person, or is that just another lens of looking at what a person like Cooper is capable of?
Yeah.
Right? I don't know.
Yeah, totally.
But so Laura Palmer reaches for her face. This I love. This is such
too.
a cool season 3 invention. I
Yes.
don't know what it means.
Me neither.
She reaches for her face and hinges it open like a little door.
Yeah.
And inside is just beautiful, pure white light. And then she closes her face, whispers something to Coop the same way that she did way back when she whispered, "My father killed me." And then she starts screaming as she's dragged up and away from the Red Room.
Yeah.
And Coop will see Leland Palmer's soul trapped in the Red Room. And he says, "Find Laura."
Yeah.
And I would argue if there's a hook to this season, and I'm not sure that there is, the like, you know, who killed Laura Palmer original hook, I think the new thing is find Laura. It's just so buried.
I'm about to say it's certainly not made clear.
Absolutely
But yeah,
not.
there could be an argument for that as the season unfolds. It's not really in these
Absolutely
first
not.
8.
Well, the real first things that we see of the show is Cooper speaking to the giant. And the giant in this black and white realm saying, you know, there are a few things that you got to remember. 430, Richard and Linda, 2 birds with 1 stone, and listen to this sound. And you hear this scratchy sound playing through a phonograph.
Yeah.
And then Cooper just goes, "I understand."
Yeah.
And then fizzles out of existence. Did that take place first? Or is that a scene from way later?
I think it's from later.
Placed here at the beginning.
I think it's from later.
Is it future or is it
Yeah,
past? Is anything
exactly.
we're seeing happening in a this, then that order? Or is it all diced up the way that you just read David Lynch said it? This
Right.
idea could be from the ending. This idea could be from the beginning. I don't know
Totally.
until you put it all together.
I think some things are sequential. I don't think it's quite as just like throw all the blocks in the air and see where they fall. But I think that is kind of like a future thing.
Yes, I think that the opening of this show is Cooper from almost the end of the show.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think that's hugely important to understanding this season, which we ultimately won't fully get into for another few weeks. But
Right,
I
right.
will also say that people out there, if you're interested in what we're talking about here and interested in watching the show, go ahead and finish the rest of the show because we'll be wrapping up Twin Peaks in the next handful of weeks.
Yep. We'll let you know the date as we get closer to it.
But subplots aplenty. Coop, Mr. C, all that stuff is unresolved where we leave it.
Yeah.
But good God, is there so much else going on in this show?
Oh, yeah. And so, you know, Coop does end up leaving the Red Room.
Via the weirdest channels possible.
Yes, he comes out of a plug in the abandoned house or the empty house that Dougie was
Right.
just in with that sex worker. He just bloops out onto the floor next to the pile of barf. He looks identical to Dougie. Kyle MacLachlan is playing all these parts. Clump-esque.
Yes, very Clump-esque.
Yeah. So
Meet the clumps.
Yeah, exactly. So when Jade, the sex worker, gets out of the shower, she sees this guy who she was just doing it with on the floor, but like looking different because Dougie is a little bit heavier set. He has lighter, longer hair. He was wearing a different outfit. This is Dale Cooper.
Yeah.
And she's like, Dougie, like, what's wrong with you? Why are you wearing? She's like, where'd you get that suit? Where'd you get that haircut? Like, what's going on? But also, she's just kind of like, all right, I just need to like get on with my day or whatever.
Gotta get out of here.
So, you know, ushers him out. But the thing is, Cooper isn't Cooper. Something has happened as he's traveled through the electricity and that socket. It has scrambled his brains. And he's changed. He is barely verbal. He mostly just repeats what other people say to him. And this is the character that is now known to everybody as Dougie. That's what I was referring to before when I said, I don't like Dougie, whatever, because we can see as the audience, we know that's Dale Cooper, but everybody in the world is talking about him as Dougie. He's living Dougie's life, and it's him just nonverbal, literally shuffling through the world, just getting into zany, supposed to be comical misadventures that I find largely very tedious and kind of boring and not fun, and it takes up a lot of time. And I'm just like, oh, God.
That's correct.
Let's get to it.
Get to it. Get to it.
Yep.
And so we will get to it. We're going to talk about Dougie and the other subplots.
Yeah.
But first, we've got to tell you about patreon.com/GTTUpod, where we do get to it. We don't waste any goddamn time over there. Patreon.com/GTTUpod. What a wonderful resource.
Absolutely. That's where you can go to get weekly episodes of the Netherworld Dispatch. This is our second weekly podcast. It comes out every Monday. You can also get ad-free episodes of this show, which is awesome. There's also a Discord where other listeners of Guides to the Unknown are talking every single day on tons of different kinds of topics. Also just shooting the shit in a general channel. It's really, really awesome. And it helps support the show, which means a ton to us. It helps keep the show going. And thank you so, so much to everybody who does that already. We have a ton of members over on Patreon. Hundreds of people are over there, which is amazing to me. And they seem to really like it. We get lots of nice feedback. So thank you all so much.
Yes, thank you all tremendously. There's a big party happening over there. You could be part of it. Patreon.com/GTTUpod. The most recent episode of the Netherworld Dispatch is episode 242, Resident Evil 8 Village.
This game kicked ass.
We played select chapters of the, at present, latest Resident Evil, although a new one comes out in a few months.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, like arguably like 8 weeks or something like that. I didn't even realize that, but I'm going to want to take a look at that.
Yeah.
But so we loaded up a couple save files to look at some new icons of horror.
Yes.
Buxom lady.
Yep. Huge.
Huge.
Yeah, like tall-wise.
Yeah, and also huge in the arts community online.
Even without knowing anything about Resident Evil and not being part of that arts community, when I saw her, I was like, oh, I've seen this lady. Yeah, there's a lot of fan art of her.
Oh, my God.
She's a hottie.
Yeah. And we took a look at House Beneviento.
Oh, yeah, with a very surprising resident.
Yeah, he is baby.
Yeah, I was shocked.
Mother and baby.
Yeah.
So go check that out. That's sitting there waiting for you right this second. We love getting nice reviews from folks out there. Here's a very sweet one from SP Librarian, who said, love this podcast. I always laugh and really love the relationship between these two great hosts. 5 stars.
Thank you so much. That is so nice. Really, really appreciate it. And so glad that you like the show.
That was my mother-in-law.
Oh, that's so nice.
That was
Thank you, Susan.
I was like, did you leave a review for the show? She goes, maybe.
Yeah.
And I read it and she was like, yeah, that's me.
Oh.
I was like, this is very sweet.
Thank you.
So thank you very much. You out there can also leave a review if you are of a mind to. You can write a review on Apple Podcasts. You can leave stars on Spotify. At present, our Spotify situation is messy.
Unresolved.
There are 2 Spotify feeds. One of them is updated. One of them is not. And at this point, I kind of think it's flopping back and forth which one it is.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't make any goddamn sense. So we got to get that sorted quickly. We're taking our sweet time. But it's the end of the year, and it's hard to get stuff done at the end of the year.
Yeah.
But we'll have more updates for you on that front soon. But we are technically still on Spotify, even though Spotify sucks.
Yeah. Yes, it does. Basically, if you don't see our newest episode on Spotify, search for Guides to the Unknown again and just click a different feed and it'll be on there. It's so dumb. I'm sorry. We have literally no idea why this
We'll have
happened.
it fixed at some point. I will also put this out there. Patreon.com/GTTUpod it also provides you essentially a unified feed. Netherworld Dispatch and Guide to the Unknown smushed into one RSS feed.
Yep.
And you can add that to other podcast apps. forget Spotify if you need to.
Yeah.
Who would
I mean, you can also add it to Spotify. You just don't have to worry about like relying on like their feed.
Yeah. Spotify's a mess.
Yeah.
But there you go, everybody. Thank you so much for your support. And one more commercial break, and we're going to get back in the mess.
Yes. Here we go. Okay. Do you want to talk about the town of Twin Peaks itself? We haven't really gotten to touch on
show
that
doesn't?
because I know, barely. Yeah, everything that we've just talked about has taken place in Las Vegas.
Yeah, Las Vegas, and there's
South Dakota. Is Mr. C in South Dakota? I'm trying to remember where
he is.
is.
He's in Buckhorn, yes, because he interacts with the Hastings family.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. God damn it.
We're not in Twin Peaks. Anytime we go to Twin Peaks, it is different.
Yeah.
Feeling.
Yeah, for sure.
I will say this. The sheriff is a different man.
Yeah.
I love this man.
I do too. He's great. Michael Aunt Keen didn't want to participate. That's who was, Harry, the sheriff in seasons 1 and 2. So his brother, not in real life, but in the show, is the sheriff now.
Frank
and
Truman.
he's wonderful.
And he was the original choice as sheriff way back when.
Yep.
David Lynch had originally wanted, what's his name, Michael Chiklis?
No, not Michael Chiklis. That's the commish. You could be forgiven because he's also
the sheriff. I'm thinking of the commish.
He's also in law enforcement.
I love this
he's a
man.
Famous guy.
Robert Forster. I just couldn't think of his name.
Yep.
He is wonderful.
Yeah, he's like very warm and he's just great. He's a wonderful presence.
And he also gets to serve as a fish out of water, which is handy for people to recap to him events from 25 years prior.
Yep.
Like our returning characters of Hawk and Andy and Lucy, who are now sort of re-encountering some of the Laura Palmer story.
And Bobby.
Who is now a cop. Bobby Briggs.
Wonderful.
We only have a snippet of him in these first 8 episodes.
That's true. But even the snippet is nice. Like you can just tell he has good vibes. And I guess, spoiler alert, those good vibes continue. But he was a real like bad boy pain in the ass in the first 2 seasons.
He killed a guy.
Yes, that's right. He killed a guy. But he's really grown up.
Yeah,
in the 3rd season. He's a kind man.
Obviously, he's straightened out. He, I guess, went to the police academy or whatever you do in Twin Peaks. Probably just fill out an application.
To say,
who knows? But very, very sweet to see. And a fun thing that a TV show can do is reintroduce you to your characters that you loved in a completely different place in their lives.
Yeah, totally.
Which is not true for all these characters.
No.
In some ways, Twin Peaks, the town is frozen in place. I do like seeing the log lady call Hawk.
Yep.
That's familiar and sweet. And Catherine Coulson, who this is also why this show is remarkable. And quite frankly, this is another reason why I would recommend this show, is that I feel like this is really kind of like a lightning in a bottle kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
How many people survived long enough to be part of this experience again, and then very quickly died?
Yeah.
Catherine Coulson was dying of cancer while filming. And so her scenes are really kind of loaded with that sort of meta knowledge of her as a human being who is actually dying.
Yeah.
And her character on the show is similarly dying.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
There's a documentary about her that I want to see.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's kind of like about this. But I know.
It's fascinating.
Yep.
Peggy Lipton, who plays Norma Jennings, who runs the Double R Diner, has passed away. I have a list. I wrote down, it's not a complete list.
The death list of Twin Peaks, the death toll.
Yeah, it's really, really wild. There are, of course, people that did not survive to be in this, like Frank Silva, who played Bob, like Don Davies, who played Garland Briggs, although he is
very
in this
present.
show,
Yeah,
which is odd. David Bowie, who was planned to be in this, and whose, I think his work, again, I think there's a lot of meta narrative in Twin Peaks. I think that David Bowie, and I haven't looked into this at all, I only know the pop version of this story, he had released an album, the Black Star album.
Yes.
Timed with his death, and it was very much him like sort of like examining his mortality and saying goodbye in some capacity.
Yeah, crazy.
I think there's a lot in Twin Peaks season 3 that is the same for David Lynch, which this was his final directorial effort.
Yeah.
If you don't count the thing where he talked to that monkey on Netflix.
Yes.
But I think that similarly, this series is as much a sequel to Twin Peaks as it is a follow-up to Eraserhead or Mulholland Drive, I guess a little bit. That was so Twin Peaksy itself. But I think that a lot of this show is David Lynch saying goodbye. And I had already used this when we covered Blair Witch recently, but there's that wonderful song at the end of episode 2 of this, which is like, for the last time.
Oh, yeah.
Listening to that, watching this when it really is, this is like the goodbye to all of this. And this whole world will be dead.
Yep.
When we finish talking about it in a few weeks, there will be no more. Is really emotional to me.
Oh, yeah,
and
definitely.
Really, really resonant.
Yes.
But again, more people who died that are in this show. Miguel Ferrer, who plays Albert, died since making this show. Harry Dean Stanton, Julie Cruz, Mike the One-Armed Man, Robert Forster. It's like remarkable that this
they
thing
all
was
got
made
to make it
at all.
Yeah.
And that all these people are in it who would not last much longer beyond it.
Yes. Totally.
And are still at the top of their game.
It's such luck.
Yeah, luck and like a little bit of like kismet, or is that the same? I mean, I guess that's the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's just very sweet and emotional to me. And
it absolutely is.
In that way, the show is kind of like a time capsule.
No, it's lovely.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
Yeah.
But so anyway,
Yeah.
I got there because of the log lady talking to Hawk. But it's just nonsense. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
saying to Hawk, like, something's missing and you'll find it and it has to do with your heritage.
Right.
It's like, okay.
Yeah, what does
Now,
this
what
mean?
could that mean?
Like, what could this possibly mean?
Oh,
It's
he
so
finds
broad.
a buffalo head nickel.
He does eventually.
And then sees that the toilet stalls were assembled by the Nez Perce
Yes. And so
Native Americans.
Yeah. So he.
Okay.
Right. He uses that to peel open the door of the toilet stall and finds some pages from Laura Palmer's diary. So it does end up, look, he takes what is nonsense seriously and does end up using it. Good on Hawk. Thank God he can like speak her language and like keep it in mind and wait for the opportunity to present itself to use that.
Is there any ounce of clever police work in this show?
That was pretty clever. That's more intuition, I guess.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
There's no.
I don't
some
know.
of this, you know what some of this
I'm
feels
sure.
like? Some of this feels like.
I'm sure there is.
You know.
There is a lot of mysticism, obviously, even like a lot of Cooper's methods.
It's like all mysticism.
A special agent. But yeah.
It's all mysticism. There's like not even interviewing people anymore, you know, or like talking to people or.
In this season?
Yeah, there's nothing. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, it felt like Mark Frost and David Lynch were like, what would the police do? Well, I don't know. I'm not a cop, so.
right.
I don't know. We'll have to make
just
some shit
the
up.
Regular
and they're
police...
weird, so it doesn't matter.
Sure. The regular police interview, what's his name? Matthew Lillard. But I don't think there's anything like super like wow, they really got him. They're just like, it's just normal.
Yeah, nothing comes out of anything.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
Yeah.
But like, and then it's
well,
like,
there are plenty of cop shows.
Hawk, of course there are.
Yeah.
And there's nothing like this.
We can
but
see
like,
that.
This show was about like ingredients of things. The police procedural and there being a murder mystery was a huge part of it.
Absolutely. No, absolutely.
And that's not present anymore.
No.
So when you don't have that, you only have weird intuition.
Yeah.
And you are rudderless and confused.
Yeah. I don't mind that. That's the least of what bothers me about this season. I'm not like, oh no, where's the slick police work? I would like that, certainly. I would be happy for that to be here, but I don't know.
Yes.
It hasn't even occurred to me.
I'm content for them not to do the most sensible thing, which is it's 25 years and there's been another murder.
Yeah.
And we open with that, and that's our excuse to come back in.
Yeah. I don't think that even occurred to me. Yeah.
That would be the most sensible
Sure, but like
approach. But
I
no,
would be very surprised if
it's
they did that.
Mr. C has been doing confused crime stuff for 25 years that no one knows about, and Hawk has been doing nothing.
It's just
for
like money
25
stuff,
years.
by the way. He's not even, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like so, yeah.
Like, I don't know, whatever. He's selling drugs or something, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. And now Dougie is here, and he is here to do
Just
nothing.
bumbling around.
We're just waiting for Dougie. That's
Yeah,
it.
he has these little moments of flickers of his past life as Cooper. There are just these little things that jump out, and when that happens, that's exciting. Like when this guy, comes to attack him when he's with his wife, Janie E. Normal name. They have a son named Sonny Jim Fine. They're leaving. Okay.
Dougie, Janie E, and Sonny Jim
Yeah.
are some of the biggest characters in this show.
Yeah, they're there.
Remember Loving Twin
with
Peaks?
them all. Yeah, I know. We're with them all the time. But so Dougie, who is seriously just kind of like barely picking up his
Catatonic.
feet, shuffling around. Everybody's acting like this is fine somehow. Like she does mention like once days into him being like this, like I'm taking you to the doctor tomorrow, Dougie. But still is just like, if anything, annoyed that he's being weird.
Yeah,
I would be.
I am too.
As am I. But I understand this is Twin Peaks and like things are not going to be normal or whatever. But like, I don't know. It's such a huge stretch that you just be like, Dougie, when ostensibly your husband was just like a normal speaking person one day, and then he comes home the next day and he'll just be like, Mr. Jackpots or whatever, just like not talking normally at all.
Give 2 rides.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you get upstairs, mister.
Right. It's that for hours.
Yes.
Collectively.
Yes.
But
this David Lynch, he really knows how to take his sweet time.
It's testing us and messing with us in a way that I don't care for.
Do you still feel messed with? This is now the 3rd time you've seen it too, at least.
Yeah. No, I do think it's kind of like, I think it's like you wanted this back so bad. Like,
remember,
is this what you wanted?
You wanted this?
Yeah.
You know how you wanted this? You wanted answers, right? You wanted answers, right? Well, here's
I do
Dougie
think it's a little bit of that.
grabbing his crotch because he forgot how to go to the bathroom for the 2nd time.
And why does that woman at work want to make out with him? What's going on?
All right.
What is going on?
All right. It's obviously a joke, but what's the joke?
I know.
No, I know.
I know.
I'm with you. I'm not lecturing you.
Yeah.
I'm saying that the joke that they've constructed is weak.
Yeah.
The joke and it's very surface. It's the idea that Kyle MacLachlan is the leading man guy.
Right.
And everyone wants the leading man, even if he's a complete dumbass, loser ass weirdo.
Yeah.
And so he's John Hamm or whatever. Like, so there's like, Twin Peaks seasons 1 and 2 were doing the soap opera thing. They would watch a soap opera within the show.
Yeah.
This show, now granted, this is the marketing doing this, and maybe not David Lynch and Mark Frost's intent, but like, I remember the marketing being like, before games were throned. Before Lost was found or whatever. Like they were just trying to compare themselves. So like we were prestige television before Sopranos were O's. Like whatever the hell they were doing. But so it did put this taste in my mouth that Twin Peaks is now trying to compare itself to the prestige television of the day. And I think David Lynch is trying to say that the prestige television of today is populated with weirdos and losers, and it's not as interesting and not as good,
I guess
and
so.
People accept worse stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't care.
That they're Dougie-esque.
It's not my problem.
Yeah.
It's not my interest.
God.
And Dougie's not funny.
No. People think Dougie's funny.
Sucks.
God love him. I'm glad that they do, but I don't. I just think it sucks.
I liked Dale Cooper.
Yeah, me
I
too.
liked the Boy Scout who was now this. I think the broad strokes, the big theme of the show. There are 2 statues outside Dougie's work. There is a lawman who Dougie is like very heartbreakingly interested in.
Yes.
It makes me very sad.
Me too. I feel very maternal toward Dougie sometimes. As much as he annoys me, sometimes I'm like, somebody needs to take care of this man.
He is like a baby.
I was about to say, for all intents and purposes, this is a man with like mental issues.
Yes.
That everybody's just being like, Dougie, finish the reports or whatever. And he like doesn't know what's going on. It's like Frankenstein and the new Frankenstein. Like somebody needs to take care of this boy.
Yeah, right. But so he's staring up at this lawman because on some level he's aware like something's wrong. I'm that, or I idealize that, or something. The other statue is this weird globular white thing with little orbs on it.
Yeah.
We will see that manifest in episode 8. And I think I don't know if this is literally how those statues are arranged, but I think the point of the show is conventional Americana Boy Scout good guy lawman versus amorphous, eternal, shapeless evil.
Yeah.
And I think that Coop is essentially adrift because he's fighting a battle on
Yeah.
uneven ground.
Yeah,
I think
totally.
that's the entire point.
Yeah. No, I think that that's true. And the moments that like are really exciting with him, where you see little glimpses of like him having this sort of like just internal remembering that he can't really put his finger on, are all sort of related to that, like good versus evil sort of thing. Like he's very drawn to that statue. There are a couple of times where like either cops or security guys help him and he just keeps touching their badge because he kind of like remembers having a badge or something like that. And what I started saying before is he and Janie E are getting attacked by this guy named Ike the Spike. And he all of a sudden snaps into action and kicks that guy's absolute ass. And it's awesome. You're like, oh my God, this guy is in there. It's like very exciting. And it's like, there's something happening here. Like, I just want more of it. I just want him to come back. Please come back. But he won't come back.
He completely reverts again.
Yeah,
to
he just
his
snaps right back. He's,
monotone. Yeah. I remember the experience of watching this week to week, continually being like, oh, when he drinks the coffee, that's when he'll become
exactly.
Dale.
Yeah.
Oh, when he snapped into action, that means he's waking up.
Yes.
None of that means anything. I don't know why David Lynch. I also think I sense that there's something in David Lynch.
He knew that we would think that.
Of course, yeah, I think so too. I also think that he's a punishing person. I think David Lynch. I think that Kyle MacLachlan, the last time he was involved in Twin Peaks, was him saying, no, I don't want to be in Firewalk with me.
Yeah.
And I think on some level, I think that David Lynch is punishing Kyle MacLachlan for turning him down.
Interesting.
That's my interpretation anyway. I've sensed that several times.
Be.
We haven't seen Audrey yet, so no spoilers there.
Yeah.
But I know that she was a tough cookie as well.
Yes.
And then you see what he'll do to her.
Yeah.
I think that he punishes people.
It could be.
He punishes the audience. I think he punished us. I think this show is a punishment for not watching Firewalk with me and for not watching a season 2.
I definitely, I think that could be. I definitely think it's a big, I guess I think that could be. I see it as such like an indictment of wanting nostalgia and just sort of a disdain for that and being like, oh, you want this so bad. Here, I'm going to feed you up this instead.
Is this better than trying to come back and failing to recapture the feeling? If Twin Peaks came back resembling itself, if it was, because on the face of it, listen, this is a super encapsulation of Twin Peaks, so it doesn't contain everything.
Right.
Dale Cooper in seasons 1 and 2, the giant would say something to him.
Sure.
Right? Like, you forgot something. The smiling bag, the owls are not what they seem. That gum is coming back into style. And then Dale Cooper would have to be like, all right, a person from another dimension said ambiguous things to me, and now I have to figure out how those apply to my investigation. This show could be Dale Cooper being told 430, Richard and Linda, all that stuff, and then just being dropped back into the real world, and him being, and then being like, you've been gone for 25 years, Cooper. And he's like, I know, but I know what we need to do. It has something to do with Richard and Linda. Right. Like, he could be acting like himself and still be confused. But if they did that, and it felt like them being a shadow of themselves, and like they're a bunch of doddering old people who are trying to recapture their youth and make this thing that people loved, and it doesn't work. Is that a worse feeling to David Lynch than doing something completely insane? Right. That is pointedly not the same.
Yeah, so it's less of a risk in a way.
It's less of a risk.
Yeah. I think that's not impossible.
I think he escapes into his like expressionists.
I think that's totally possible, honestly. I mean, who the hell knows? I think that's totally possible. It kind of plays, what I'm getting at is it kind of plays into something. He definitely escapes some other things. He has said publicly that that he was not a good father, that he always focused on work more than fatherhood. And that he knows that's a big failing, that is all of his kids really suffered because of that. But he was like, but, people are different, and that's the way I am. So, and I always thought that was terrible. Like, I understand acknowledging your shortcomings, but I think it's really terrible to acknowledge a shortcoming like that and yet not try to change it.
Yeah.
Now his kids all seem to really love him and everything, and seem to have their own understanding of their relationship with him. So,
How
I
much more
can't
do you know
comment
about
on
that? Is it possible that that's how he feels about what he did, but not how they feel about what he did?
Well, there was also in this interview that he did where he said that his wife would text him pictures of fathers out at the park with their kids and be like, see, like fathers spend time with their kids. And he wrote back like, oh, that's just a homeless man. That's not even their father. Like joking.
It's a funny joke.
Not bad. But he was like, I'm not spending time with my kid. Like,
yeah, that's awful.
I find that terrible.
That is terrible. I agree.
And I wonder, like, obviously this is all totally hypothesizing. Like, yeah, maybe he, rather than following the same track and failing, did something so totally different, so it can't even be compared. So he didn't fail. Maybe it's like he didn't really let himself get super close to people because then there's less of a risk in that.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's interesting.
And it seems like he did have also just like fraught relationships in general. Like he was married, but he also seemed to have a lot of infidelities. Just in general, it's just like a very like storied relationship history all around.
Yeah, I don't know much about him as a person.
Mm-hmm. But also at the end of the day, tons of people said that they really, really loved him, but it just seems like a very complicated person.
Yeah, and listen, you can't change things you already did, but you can try to be better and do better.
Yeah,
right?
I just thought it was weird to acknowledge I am this way,
and therefore,
but I'm not gonna.
I won't change.
Right.
Yeah. And that's to also. So okay, there's something that I worth noting about this show, season 3 in particular. It's not just the return of David Lynch; it's the return of Mark Frost. Mm-hmm. And Mark Frost does not feel present in the final thing to me in as much as this is clearly the David Lynch hour.
Right.
You know, like this is his big spotlight, his big farewell, his big project. And it's well noted that, like, you know, you can write one thing and then he'll rip up the pages and do something because he feels different on the day.
Yeah.
You know, his eggs were runny this morning and therefore everyone must suffer. He's going to completely go off the map.
Yeah.
Mark Frost wrote a book called The Secret History of Twin Peaks that came out slightly before this show launched. And it's a format that you and I have greatly enjoyed.
I love it.
It's in this dossier. It's literally a dossier. It's in that sort of epistolary novel format with recreations of, you know, police documents and whatever. And it's telling arguably a fictional history of America.
Yeah.
But also it'll have segments on characters, you know, like here's a file folder, The Ballad of Big Ed and Norma and Nadine by Hawk Hill. So there are all kinds of things in this book that do and do not align with the canon of Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
But I think what this book represents is the notion that, and this is, I think other people have said this as well, I have a little bit of firsthand experience with this sort of thing. I think Mark Frost was aware that he was contributing to something that was a runaway train that was no longer aligned with his interpretation of the story world that they had built. And he decided, well, I have limited control.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell my version of this story. And so he put it all here.
Yeah.
And in the final dossier, which I will also read or listen to by the time we cover the end of this show, I think that Mark Frost's writing is often more direct and comprehensible than David Lynch's work.
I love Mark Frost's contribution to the show. Like, a lot of people seem to think, and my understanding is that this isn't true, I guess people seem to think that there's sort of an even split, that like the soapy stuff is Mark Frost, the supernatural stuff is David Lynch, like across Twin Peaks. And that's really not the case.
Absolutely
like they really kind of like equally sort of contributed to the vibe of everything.
Yep.
As far as tone goes or whatever.
But there's a fairly direct through line through that dossier, which is still like, it's presented from, you know, nameless FBI agent has been given by Gordon Cole, David Lynch's character, a dossier, which was put together by someone who calls himself the archivist.
Yeah.
And they are telling a story of supernatural spirits, UFOs, alien encounters, Roswell, all of this UFO history, whether that means that they're aliens from outer space or other dimensions is who knows. Which obviously can then be like, oh, it's the man from another place.
Right.
Rather than saying it's P2, the gray alien.
Of course.
Flying in from Mars.
Yes.
But that story, I think is evident in season 3, but so diluted by other oddities created by David Lynch.
Yeah.
I think that this is the story of dimensions at war with each other. And it's a story that's been going on since time first began.
Yeah.
Right? And I think Mark Frost put it here so that it would make some sense to him himself. Not so much to say to the audience, like, here, this is better than David Lynch or something like that. But I think that as a fellow scribe, sometimes you've got to tell your version of the story, even when the final published thing doesn't completely align anymore.
Yeah.
Because you're like, listen, what did I do this all for?
Totally. I think it's cool.
To let you kind of like take it and dice it up or whatever. David Lynch.
Yeah, I think that could be.
That's my feeling on it. And I think that there are a few things in the book that are wonderful. And I'll conclude at least my book portion with the most awesome line of all time. But so this was wonderful. There's this little meditation on secrets versus mysteries, which I think is also evident in the show. It is important that, and this is from the perspective of the archivist, who we will eventually find out by the end of the book, is Garland Briggs. Yeah. Garland Briggs, in his time in Twin Peaks, Major Briggs was putting together this dossier, and it was also handed down to him by other people who had done this work before him. It is important that we learn to distinguish between mysteries and secrets. Mysteries precede humankind, envelop us, and draw us forward into exploration and wonder. Secrets are the work of humankind, a covert and often insidious way to gather, withhold, or impose power. Do not confuse the pursuit of one with the manipulation of the other. Mysteries are folklore and things that we may never ever have the answer to. They're the nature of existence. Secrets are things that humans do to cover shit up.
Yeah, they're man-made.
And manipulate each other. I love that.
Yeah, that's an awesome distinction.
I love that. There's a lot of stuff in the book. The only other thing that really even touches on Twin Peaks itself is the ring.
Yeah.
That jade ring that we see Dougie wear. Before that, Laura had it. Before that, the man with one arm had it, whatever. And Chet Desmond.
Yes, of course. We all remember.
Found it at the Teresa Banks trailer park. But not at her trailer or something.
Yeah. It was in like a mound of dirt just in the trailer park.
Mess.
I know.
Before that, Dougie Milford had it. He was the old man who
married that young hottie.
And died in bed.
Yeah.
It was owned by Richard Nixon. And it was owned by Lewis and Clark. And I think was given to them by the Nez Perce.
I think so.
Tribe. So that's how that knits together with Hawk finding the Nez Perce toilet stall.
Yep.
Okay, whatever. But mostly the book is about aliens and all that stuff. But it also...
I remember there being also, they're just, like you said, like there's a thing about like Ed and Norma or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember there's a bunch of stuff that doesn't line up with what was told about them in the show, like the series Twin Peaks. So I read the book before season 3 came out, obviously, and I was like, wait a minute, that's not what is laid out in the show. And so what is going on? Is there going to be like weird alternate dimension stuff going on that we're going to find out about in season 3? And it like blew my mind. And that, spoiler alert, kind of, I wouldn't worry about it. That's like not really the case. It's just that Mark Frost like ended up saying he just doesn't really care about the idea of things being canon and just wanted to do his own thing.
He said that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he just was doing something.
See, I think that it's perfectly evident that there are dueling realities. I think we even see it in the episodes that we watched.
I assumed that they would be addressing it a little bit more directly, and they don't. That's what I was saying, like spoiler alert, but kind of non-spoiler.
There's a thing in Twin Peaks season 1 or season 2 or whatever where I think it's the man with one arm. I don't remember what the hell he's talking about, but he goes, I mean it like it is, like it sounds.
Oh, I guess it's just like it sounds.
I think sometimes things happen in the show that are super simple, but because no one comes forward and goes, here's what happened.
Yeah.
It's confusing as shit.
Yeah, true.
It creates there's not an expository character who just goes, here's what just happened. I think this show is just about season 3 in particular. I think it's going to become about how reality is distorted when you won't stop.
Yeah, and just accept.
When you don't accept things the way they are.
Yes.
That's all I think this is about.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's about nostalgia too, of like you're screwing with Twin Peaks the original by trying to make more. It's what Sydney said way back in Scream 4. Don't fudge with the original.
Yes,
I think that
that's
David
true.
Lynch is trying to show us what happens
all
to
knits
reality
together.
when you fudge with it.
Yeah.
And I think that he's showing, not telling that in very weird ways.
Yeah,
I
of
think
course.
Mark Frost thing is like straight up conventional storytelling. Like, no, because Cooper won't stop messing with the supernatural.
Yeah.
He's destroying the
things
fabric of
become
reality.
fractured. Yeah.
Which is what happens to withness. I think Mark Frost thing is totally comprehensible.
Yeah.
But there's also this wonderful quote in the book that I love. Storytellers don't run out of stories. They just run out of time.
Yeah.
I think that's true. I think
It's probably case by case.
oh yeah, there are some storytellers out there. Well,
Yeah.
but then I think
But it's
I
very
think
nice.
The pretentiousy feeling would be like, well, are those storytellers? If you run out of stories to tell, I don't know, man.
Get out of here.
What?
So what? If you tell one story, you can be a storyteller. Who cares?
Well, I think that this is talking more loftily about
Yes, it is.
all that stuff, which is also how I feel about it.
Okay.
Yeah. But like I do feel that way. There's only so much time to
Of course, there's only so much time.
get stuff done.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like I think that well, what is a storyteller?
I don't know. Anybody who does a creative thing.
I agree.
Yeah.
And so to that end, I think it doesn't necessarily mean like if you're not making shows or whatever, you're not a storyteller anymore. I think you can be a storyteller.
Yeah.
And just be working your like a 9 to 5 and
Of
having
course.
good relationships with people and finding the
Yeah.
creative way to get even like I think that I don't know, what's the most like rote mechanical job?
Oh, I don't know.
Let's say, for the sake of argument, it's a stereotype. Cars.
Sure.
Right?
Okay,
Let's
yeah.
say that you work on cars. I guarantee there are people that can find like the poetry and the way the engine works.
yeah.
And here's how I do it. And here's my methodology.
Yeah.
That's a kind of storytelling.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. I think in a very roundabout way, I feel fairly satisfied.
Yeah.
Although, do we need to talk about episode 8?
I was about to say, we didn't talk about episode 8.
Or a gajillion subplots. I'm only going to
Yeah.
mention them, and you give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. We did this in the other show,
That's
too.
right.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Dr. Jacoby, now he has a weird radio show, and he's painting shovels.
Thumbs up.
Okay. Sam and Tracy, who are the New York people that are looking at that empty box, and he has to film it all the time, and he's not allowed to not look at it, and then a monster face comes out and kills them.
Thumbs up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I really
yeah.
love that.
Yeah, it's great.
Hawk and the Log Lady, we touched on, but yeah.
Thumbs up.
Frank Truman and his wife, who is very rough, tough, yells a lot, and then we find out they had a son, and a shitty cop named Chet goes, he couldn't take being a soldier.
That guy's the worst. It's like a cartoon of a bad guy.
Unrealistic.
I don't know. Not the best. I don't know. I like that guy, but I don't enjoy that. I guess thumbs down.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Frank Truman talking to Doc Hayward, and he says that he caught 2 brown trout in his pajamas.
Thumbs
Frank Truman's desk where you push a little knobby and the screen. The screen
These are
rises
great
up.
subplots,
These are
by
my
the way. Yeah. Thumbs up.
Wally Brando talking to Frank Truman about the open road.
Unfortunately, it's a thumbs down for me.
It's terrible.
Yeah. I thought you liked that actually for some reason.
I don't
It's
know how I
okay.
feel.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter
yeah.
how I feel.
It does matter.
That one picture of Andy, Lucy, and Wally that's photoshopped of just of adult Michael Cera's face photoshopped onto a baby.
Thumbs up.
Okay. Bobby Briggs as a cop. You already gave it a
Thumbs up.
Okay. Gordon, Albert, and Tammy going on investigations, but they don't know what the hell's going on.
Thumbs up.
Gordon Cole's airplane has flickering windows that seem to blink in and out of existence.
Thumbs up.
Okay. The music.
In general?
At the Roadhouse, every
thumbs up.
episode ends with nice music.
Thumbs up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shelley and Norma still work at the Double R Diner.
Thumbs up.
Okay. Shelley's
How do you feel? I know. Okay, yeah.
I forgot
It's
that
okay.
I have
It's
feelings.
fine.
I forgot. Shelley has a daughter named Becky who's married to a guy named Steven who's disgusting.
Thumbs down.
Okay. But Steven tries to apply for a job at Mike's dealership, and Mike says, I don't know what this application is.
Still thumbs down.
Okay. Ben Horn and Jerry Horn talk about brownies for a while.
Thumbs up.
Jerry Horn goes into the woods and is confused.
It's It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
Ben Horn and Ashley Judd are almost in a relationship, but he respects the sanctity of her marriage.
It's a thumbs down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ashley Judd is married to a man who is dying, and we see him once and never
Thumbs
again.
down.
Okay. The charcoal men who appear randomly at sites where there have been weird incidents.
Thumbs up.
Okay. The dead body of Garland Briggs with its head missing and Ruth Davenport's head shoved in its place.
Thumbs up.
The Bill Hastings, played by Matthew Lillard, subplot that is really only getting started in what we have presently seen.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically thumbs up because it's him.
Yes. I remember
Yeah.
being like, this is what you've got Matthew Lillard
I know.
for?
Like, what is this? It's like, it's just not very interesting.
Do you recall them making like kind of a big deal out of it being Matthew Lillard?
I don't know if it was actually a big deal as Matthew Lillard or because we're nerds.
It's us.
Yeah. So
Fair
I'm not
enough.
sure.
I remember people comparing him to Leland.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
And being like, all right, well, this is not
It ain't that.
It ain't Leland-esque.
Yeah.
It said that he kill Ruth Davenport because he may have been having an affair with her. His
Right.
fingerprints were found at her apartment. He insists he was not there.
Yes.
His wife Phyllis is having an affair with his lawyer.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Ouch.
Ooch.
That has to hurt.
That's gotta hurt. This will come to more of a crescendo in the back half of the episodes. But I will say that it's defunct now.
Mm-hmm.
But there was an ARG website, thesearchforthezone.com. You can't go to that website because it doesn't exist anymore. But you can
totally
find it in
forgot
like
about
the
that.
Wayback Machine.
Mm-hmm.
He was universe tripping.
Yeah.
Bill Hastings, Matthew Lillard was like trying to understand other dimensions.
He was searching for the zone.
He was searching for the zone. So
Yeah.
that's something to take a peekaboo at if you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is so funny. Good idea, William.
Thank you. Dougie's wife is going to pay back the people that he owes money to, and one of them has a very, very, very soft voice.
That guy from Lost. Yeah. Faraday. Thumbs up.
He owes us a lot of money.
Yeah.
If you're going to go shake someone down for money, who do you want?
That's who you want. This gentle boy.
He really owes us really, really a lot.
Yeah, and by the way, it's fine. Like, she just pays them not the amount of money that he actually owed them, and nothing else comes of it. They don't pursue it any further.
That's correct.
She just talks to them sternly, is like, I'm going to give you this amount instead of what you say we owe, and that's the end of it. I don't want to hear anything from you again.
Yes.
And then they don't hear anything from them again.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. The Mr. Jackpot's at the casino. For whatever reason, Coop keeps winning a lot of money. There's a lady who he helps win a lot of money too. David Dastmalchian is there because he's in everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you cut this in, if it was a third as long, then I guess I could say sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm done.
Okay.
Oh, wait, Bushnell Mullins, his boss, is mad at Dougie because he's been missing and he has to do these reports. And then Dougie scribbles on them and he goes, Dougie. And he goes, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I think I see what you've got here, Dougie. We got to keep this under our hat. And he never says what it is.
That I do like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dougie drinks
I
somebody else's
appreciate
coffee, and that man now can't have his coffee. He has to drink green tea. But it turns out he loves green tea.
I do like that moment.
All right. Tom Sizemore.
Yeah. No, I like his presence.
All right.
Yeah.
Jim
Belushi.
Belushi.
Unsettled that he's here, but he's doing a fine job.
There are a lot of performers in this thing.
So many. It's crazy.
The 119 lady.
No, I don't like this.
She yells 119 and her son is also there.
Yeah. No, it's sad. It's very sad.
All right.
She's doing a ton of drugs. Her poor son is completely uncared for.
It's true.
Makes me sad.
All right, episode 8.
Yeah.
We can conclude here.
Yeah.
The way that
There's a
Mr.
big
C
one.
is left in episode 8, he's snuck a cohort out of jail with him. He's escaped from jail by doing some doohickey with phones, which was kind of cool.
Oh yeah, it kicked ass.
And
then,
blackmailing the warden,
yeah, because there's something about strawberries that the warden doesn't want to get out there.
Mr. Strawberry.
Yeah.
We don't want to talk about Mr. Strawberry.
Yeah.
And also Evil Coop has something where he says one word backwards and it aligns with the spiritual finger, the spiritual mount.
Spirit mound. Yeah.
Spirit mount, Tammy. Now you think about that, Tammy.
Uh-huh.
What? Whatever. That's what Gordon Cole's up to. Yeah. Gordon Cole and Albert are wonderful.
Wonderful.
Albert
I
goes
love
like
them.
He's like, well, it looks like we're going to Buckhorn
South Dakota.
South Dakota.
Yeah.
And Albert goes, say please.
Mm-hmm.
What? You heard me.
Yeah.
It was like an emotional. It's like two old men who've been doing this forever, and they know each other more than
they're great.
They're willing to confront.
There's a scene between them that I was so looking forward to, and it was great. It's just like it's such a small scene,
blue scene.
Yeah, I love it. It's after they see like evil Cooper in the prison or whatever, and they go outside and have just like a little rap session where they're just like, what the hell is going on here? And Gordon is like, I hate to admit it, but I don't know what's happening here right now or whatever. And Albert's like, I don't know either. It's just like, it's very quiet, but also so mysterious and tense and just great.
I love that.
Love it.
Speaking in the hushed tones like that is so,
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Oh, Diane.
Yeah.
Diane is manifest in the show now.
Yes. The person that Cooper has been speaking to through his little tape recorder in season 1 and 2 is Laura Dern.
What do you think of that?
She's great.
See, and that ties back to Blue Velvet. Like, I feel like a lot of this is like David Lynch almost like eulogizing his career.
Well, also, I mean, he just had, from my understanding, I think he tended to just work with the same people just a lot in general. So
there's that. I think some of this we'll see later on, though, when like Coop and Laura Dern are like together. It feels like weirdly like returning to the beginning. Blue Velvet, I remember people saying a lot, like comes off like a proto Twin Peaks. It was just before Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
If you go and look at it, you can like see
but...
some of that, the ingredients, like the small town crime, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So Mr. C's guy that he's traveling with manages to get the jump on him, shoots Mr. C twice in the belly. Oh, we killed the bad guy? No. These charcoal men
come out of nowhere. They're like half they're like half see-through. They start hopping around him, like taking his blood, mushing it on his face. The dude can see them. He seems to have some awareness of like the supernatural stuff that's going on. Like he calls Philip Jeffries from the car and is like, I think he's dead. I'm not sure. If he comes back, then I'll kill him later or whatever.
He got some kind of help.
Oh yeah, that's right. He got some kind of help.
From the charcoal men who fade into our existence.
Yeah, totally.
And then they pull Bob out of Evil Coop's tummy or push it back in.
Yeah,
or
push it back in, I think.
Really weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, then we snap to the
development of the atomic bomb.
Not even just that. We see the Nine Inch Nails play.
Oh, yes.
That wonderful song, She's Gone Away, which was specifically written for this show. Trent Reznor had presented some other song. And then David Lynch said, I want something mean and ugly. Something that makes the hair stand up on the back of my neck. And he made Trent Reznor write a different song.
That's so funny.
And it's this, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And I feel like is treated like the centerpiece. I think David Lynch is implying some imports on this song as well. But also, is this an indication that the episode lengths are misaligned? Usually the episodes sort of like end with a performance at the Roadhouse.
I wonder if they just wanted to end it, with the other stuff that was going on, but not miss a Roadhouse performance. That was kind of what I thought. It was almost just like a logistical thing.
Right. Because episode 8, this episode is like the episode.
Yeah, it's
even
huge.
in like the box set. This is the only episode aside from the pilot that has its own 4K disc. People treat this with like
major reverence.
Yeah, people like put on their like museum gloves to handle this episode. You've hinted at it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this episode?
I do think it's kick-ass.
Oh, okay.
I think it's great, but
You're not allowed to not think that.
Yeah, I think it's crazy to not think that. It's crazy to say that other people can't think that.
Can't dislike this. Right. Yeah. I love this.
Yeah, I think it's great.
I think the nuclear explosion that they show is like, I fired up the 4K disc to watch it. Yeah. And I was sitting like I tried to just like not blink. I was I want to let it all in. Let's like really go for this thing this time.
Yeah, yeah.
And it is great.
Yeah.
It is beautiful. This slow motion, the stings of those violins.
It's so cool.
And it turns out, I mean, this is all interpretation, but this seems to be the pop interpretation that everyone has, is the camera is just slowly pushing it on the mushroom cloud, and then it goes into the mushroom cloud, and then it goes from black and white to all these different colors coming in. It's very like Wizard of Oz. Like there was the way the world was, and now here's the way the world is going to be impacted. All these explosions and fire, and then it gets down to like this particle level where it's just black and white little dots flying around like static electricity or something like that.
Yeah.
And it seems to be that this is the thing that let or opened a door to let more of the evil from the other dimensions into our world.
Yep.
What is what's your like interpretation? Do you have any?
No, I think that is what it's kind of saying.
Okay. Because we end up seeing this thing that people call the experiment or call Mother, this humanoid, white, pasty creature with a big open mouth that's like vomiting this goo.
Yeah.
With all these little eggs in it. And one of the things that's in it, and it's not an egg, notably, is an orb with Frank Silva's face in it. This is what Bob looks like in the show now, because Frank Silva is dead. Is it supposed to be like now without a body, he's become sort of just this thing again, or who cares, whatever. But so maybe that's how Bob came into our world and started to wreak his havoc.
Yeah.
And then we flash forward 11 years from 1945 to 1946. One of the eggs in that goo hatches in the desert, and a half frog, half
like moth thing.
Moth?
Yeah, I think people call it a frog moth.
The frog moth hatches, and simultaneously also the charcoal men who descend.
Yeah.
And they're here now.
Wild stuff. Wild stuff. So there are multiple of these guys now.
Go ahead and explain. I know you've got the answer, so go ahead and explain this.
Yeah, of course. I don't know. I think there's some sort of like lodge creatures or something, like bad guys. So they're known as the Woodsmen. And yeah, they get out. They're going all over town, wreaking havoc, going up to cars, got a light for their cigarettes, and just being bad guys.
They show the convenience store.
Yep.
Which that in Fire Walk with Me, whatever, we lived above a convenience store. We see the whatever.
There's lots of like flickering in and out. It's a whole freaky thing. Who knows? Lots of like really awesome imagery.
It is beautiful. It looks like David Lynch in the year 2017 just went ahead and made
just like
Carnival of
cool
Souls.
Looking shit.
He made Night of the Living Dead real quick.
Yeah.
Or just put it in the show.
Yeah.
I don't understand what it means.
Yeah, I don't know. It does seem to be evil unleashed.
Why 11 years did it take for that frog thing to hatch from that egg? Or
I don't know.
Is it coincidence that the egg hatched at the same time that the charcoal men came down? It all happens on this one night in 1956, not 1945, which is when the bomb was tested. Like what?
I don't know.
What are we doing? What's going on? Or is it the hatching of the frog moth that makes the charcoal men come? Because it does seem like they, as we've seen in the show previously with the murder of Ruth Davenport and Bill Hastings, who was meddling with nature, perhaps they've been sort of drawn almost like a moth to a flame. Like they kind of come when something is weird. Maybe the frog moth finally hatched, so they've come.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Another thing that happened in, that like area where we're talking about how like Frank Silva came down in that sphere or whatever. Also kind of like in opposition, Laura Palmer has come in a golden sphere.
Right. Yes.
Notably, that happens before the whole frog moth thing.
And years before her birth.
Yes, a million years. And the giant like sent her to Earth. Is she like some superhero who is being sent down to fight the evil that is the ultimate evil of Frank Silva? I don't know. Or is she just a symbol of humanity? All of the good and bad and complication of humanity that is golden and pure. I don't know. I don't know what the hell it means.
I don't know what the hell any of this is. I don't know.
No idea, but that also happens.
I don't know why there's no one-to-one.
Yeah.
Like, so now we've said that like Twin Peaks is where a bunch of shit happened, but now in this show we're saying that like there's also weird stuff going on being conjured in New York, but then we also say like, oh, in Buckhorn, South Dakota stuff's going on. But then like why is Buckhorn, South Dakota, like what if Bill Hastings lived in New Mexico? Like what if like his stuff was happening where all this weird other history had started? Nothing is.
Maybe the point is that it was so far reaching. It doesn't even have to be New Mexico where they were dropping the bomb. It could be anywhere. You know what I mean? It affected the entire universe when they created that evil.
It did. I don't know. And then they send the golden globy, but it's the frog moth that crawls into a little girl's mouth.
Yes.
Who is hinted, or it feels thematically correct that she would be Sarah Palmer.
Right.
She is hinted at having some sort of extra perception. She's talking to that boy, and at one point she says something about his school or whatever. And he goes, "How'd you know that?"
Yeah.
She goes, I don't know, I just do.
Yeah.
And Sarah Palmer was always sort of hinted to be psychic.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like, again, moth to a flame. Did the
Yeah.
frog moth go to somebody who has the shine?
Right.
Who's got the shining?
Right.
And I'm going to crawl into her mouth.
Yeah.
The girl opens her mouth willingly. Was it because the frog moth did something psychically
Did
that
it say
signaled
to her, open up?
open up? Or did she know psychically on some level? And those charcoal men put everyone to sleep by talking on the radio and saying, this is the water and this is the well, drink full and descend. The horse is the white of the eyes and dark within. Why did that put people to sleep? Was that required to put people to sleep for that little girl to eat that frog moth? What is this? What's this supposed to be?
I don't know. It's just
why
a bunch
did they
of,
show us setting the gold
cool-
orb down but not show where it went?
I don't know. It's a bunch of cool vibey stuff. It's all like scary and atmospheric.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I would say wonderful.
Yeah.
And yet, totally.
But yeah, I couldn't tell you what's going on exactly.
I think what's
Beyond
going
the
on is they
idea
want us
of
to sit here and ask the questions.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
at a certain point, when you refuse to ask questions, it sort of loses its power.
yes. Yeah. No, it's true.
I sort of refuse to ask the questions. I feel like it's irrelevant.
Right. When it's so astounding and like so like I don't even know. How do I even start to ask questions? Then it's just like I don't know.
I enjoy it when it's
How can I
happening.
even-
And then I just refuse to sort of engage with it when it's done because I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, they deliberately have constructed this so that there is no reward for asking the questions.
Yeah, it feels like what's the point?
So therefore, I demonstrably ask the questions here
Yeah.
because that's what it's expected.
Right.
But I actually don't care.
Yes, as far as just like me having a viewing experience, I'm just letting it wash over me.
Yes.
Doing a podcast talking about it, it's a different deal.
No. There's
Yeah.
no answer. We can't provide the answer because they don't want anyone to have the answer. So I choose not to play.
Yeah.
I choose not to care.
We don't know.
But it is wonderful.
Yeah,
I will
it's
say
great
that
to
episode
watch.
is fantastic as a microcosm story. It is wonderful.
It's
And
bizarre.
I love the notion of these whatever the hell these guys are going to the radio station. This is the water and this is the well. Is it that the radio station is the well and the water you draw from it is the radio signal coming into your ears? Is it that to me feels
Could be. I mean, there is such a thing about electricity throughout all of Twin Peaks, and
Yeah.
obviously the radio station would be using electricity, so that would track.
yeah. I think some of that I feel like I have a personal answer to. Like drink full and descend is
Yeah.
kind of like, I think it's antiquated, but it's like TV is the boob tube. You
Yeah.
put it on and your mind shuts off, man.
Yeah, man.
It's like, here's the radio, which is the thing of the day, I guess. Like
Yeah.
drink full and descend. And we see everybody
be.
sort of shut off. They all fall asleep. Even people at
Right.
the diner, they crash to the ground. The guy working on a car falls.
Right.
And the girl falls asleep. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
basically saying, like, when I provide this stuff to you,
Yeah.
it kind of lulls you.
Yes.
And so I kind of feel that.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes you kind of complacent.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
right.
Yeah, that could be.
The horse is the white of the eyes and dark within. There's an interpretation I've seen online that I think is interesting. I don't know if it has anything to do with anything. The horse has been seen previously on the show where Sarah Palmer saw it and it seemed to precede an attack.
Right.
Dale Cooper saw it standing on the stage at the Roadhouse.
Yes.
And that preceded
Kick-ass.
an attack. So the horse seemed to precede violence.
Yeah.
Somebody online said, well, what is the white of your eyes?
Mm-hmm.
Like people think like it's like, don't fire until you see the whites of their eyes. That meant like until they're close. Or
Yeah.
whatever. The white of your eyes is the part of your eye that doesn't see anything.
Uh-huh.
Right. So the whites of your eyes is what you're seeing, is like what's in the peripheral.
Yeah.
It's you turning away from something, turning a blind eye,
Okay.
which is what Sarah Palmer
Yeah.
was doing.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
dark within, is that literally like the darkness
Yeah. Is
of
it like
the violence
to be turning a blind eye is
that
to be kind of giving into
allows
a
the
darkness in a
darkness,
way?
right.
Or yeah, allows the darkness possibly?
the horse is
yeah.
the white of the eyes and dark within? Does it mean the
Interesting.
horse itself is dark within it or something, or that begets the darkness? Or is it the horse is the white of the eyes and dark within? The horse is the white of the eyes and the horse is the darkness within. Mm-hmm. Right? So it is just saying what
I've
we
gone
interpret.
cross-eyed. I'm lost.
Yeah. No, that's how they want you to feel.
Yeah, I
So,
know, I
screw
know.
it. I'm done.
I also think there's a theory that where they are when they get that like golden Laura Palmer orb or whatever, and all that stuff is actually the White Lodge, which we'd never seen before or anything. And I think that is not impossible, especially because it looks like a movie theater.
Yeah.
And David Lynch has such a reverence for the movies. It's obviously a very simple read, but I was like, I wonder if that is the
I
case.
think simple is the way to go. I think everything is more simple than anybody lets on. Even like when you watch all that explosion shit, like it's all like crazy chaos and then the vomit globs or whatever.
Yeah.
But then there's that little gold pearl.
Right.
And then we push through the pearl and go in it. And that's how we get to that cabin thing. I do think that is like mostly what the bomb did was unleash havoc and chaos. But there was a kernel of good in there. And that was this one little dot that is trying to fight back against the rest.
Yeah.
And it's like getting it's like lost in the fray.
Yeah,
You
right.
know what I mean? Like the goodness gets sort of like gobbled up by the rest of it anyway. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't care.
What a show.
It's fantastic. I do recommend this, and I think it's
No, I do too.
crazy.
I mean,
I just think that the rewards for paying attention are lesser.
Yeah. It's just, you really have to go through a lot to get to like this good stuff.
Yes.
For me.
Boy, does he like to stretch.
Yeah.
Some of the timing on this, that it's not about the bunnies scene.
Oh my God.
Brutal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brutal. Well, we're going to be talking about the rest of Twin Peaks season 3, which is to say the end of Twin Peaks in just a few weeks. So if you are of a mind to...
Beginning of the year, right? First show of the year?
Right. Yep. So push on through, finish the show if you'd like to watch along with us.
Yes.
Because pretty soon we will be done with it all.
We'll be back.
And it will cease to exist.
I know.
All right.
Okay, here we go. We are leaving. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We'll be back next week to talk about something else. And in the meantime, you can listen to tons of episodes that you may not have heard before on patreon.com/GTTUpod, as we said before. You can also follow us on social media. We are at GTTUpod. You can also follow us individually. I am at Chillin' Kristen.
I am at The Myth Traveler. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. I hope that made some sense on some level, whether you've watched the show or not.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Who's to say? I don't know. Patreon.com/GTTUpod, as you just said. Help enable us doing weird shit like this. Scaryfun.fun/Twin Peaks if you want to stay in this odd realm of our attempts to dissect the undissectable.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week to talk about something far more down to earth, I have to assume.
I think so.
I mean, what could be more... what could be less down to earth than this?
Yeah.
But until that time comes, we must travel.
Back to the netherworld go we. Woo!
Woof.
Boy, oh boy.
And that's what it's about.
So that's what Twin Peaks is.
So there you go. Fine. You can stop debating it. You can stop debating it.
Yeah.
You get it? You got it?
We broke it down.
Clear? You're welcome.